Ladies and gentlemen, I know that I'm not there today, but this is the lesson that I want you to do. So hopefully everyone has come through and picked up a packet from the back and has their notes page open in front of them. Now there may be times where you need to pause the video in order to fill in pieces into your notes or maybe to do a couple of the problems, but I need you to do that when I ask you to. Alright, so if there's anybody around you that hasn't actually gotten into this video or gone through the steps in order to get to the video, please help them now. Alright, we're going to start with numerical expressions. We talked a little bit and you had as part of your bell work a vocabulary word of numerical expressions. Okay, so a numerical expression like 3 times 2 plus 4 times 4 is a combination of number and operations. The order of operations tells you which operation to perform first so that everyone finds the same value for an expression. So make sure that you fill those in for your notes. I'm sure you've heard the acronym before of PEMDAS. A numerical expression has only one value. When finding the value of an expression that has more than one operation, mathematics follow a consistent order of operations. This order of operations may be remembered using the acronym PEMDAS, which stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and or division, and addition and or subtraction. So we have parentheses, exponents, multiplication, and division, addition, and subtraction. Now when you work through a problem using order of operations, you first start left to right. Now we have no parentheses, we have no exponents, no multiplication or division, so now we go straight to addition or subtraction. So you always, when working with either multiplication or division and addition or subtraction, you start from the left and work to your right. So we start with 10 minus 2, which is 8. And then we go to our next step, which is 8 plus 8, which equals 16. Now in our second problem, we notice we have 4 plus 3 times 5. We don't have parentheses again, we don't have exponents, but we do have a multiplication. So that's where we start with our first step, which is 3 times 5, which is 15. And then our next step, which is 15 plus 4, which is 19. Okay, right now I'm going to want you to pause the video and go through the you-try problems, A and B. Alright, for the you-try problem for the first one, we start with our multiplication, which is 2 times 15, which is 30. And we go 30 plus 10 equals 40. On our second one, we have a division and a multiplication problem. So once again, we go from the left to the right. 16 divided by 2, which equals 8. And then 8 times 4, which equals 32. So now I want you to continue to try working with the two problems that we have down at the bottom, which are 20 divided by 4 plus 17 times 9 minus 6, and 3 times 6 squared plus 4. Pause the video right now, go through these two problems, and when you're done, press play. Okay. Here we have parentheses, so we start with 9 minus 6, which is 3. Then we start from our left to our right with our multiplication or division since we have no exponents. With that, we have 20 divided by 4, which is 5, and then plus 17 times 3. So we start with our 17 times 3, which is 51, and we have 5 plus 51, which equals 56. Our second problem, we don't have parentheses, but we have exponents. So we start with that first. 6 squared is 6 times 6, which equals 36. So we rewrite our expression as 3 times 36 divided by 4, or I'm sorry, plus 4. So we have 3 times 36, which is 108, plus 4, which is 112. Double check to make sure that you got those right, then flip over to the top of the next page. Now we have parentheses, exponents, addition, and multiplication. So we got to start with our parentheses first. 8 squared minus 2. So we go 8 times 8, which is 64, minus 2, which is 62. So our new expression, numerical expression, is 5 plus 62 times 2. So now we work with our multiplication. 62 times 2 is 124. So 5 plus 124 equals 129. Pause the video, go through the 2U try problems. Now, if you take a look, start with your parentheses. 5 minus 2 is 3. So we have 25 times 3 divided by 5 minus 12. Now we work left to right. 25 times 3 is 75. Divided by 5 minus 12. 75 divided by 5 is 15. Minus 12 equals 3. Here we start with our parentheses. Here we have 24 divided by 9 times the sum of 2 cubed plus 4. So within there we have 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, plus 4, which is 12. So I have 24 divided by 9 times 12. You can also go through and use what's called the distributive property, which we'll be working with later, in order to distribute 9 into these 2. So it would be 9 times 2 to the third, which is 9 times 8, which is 72, plus 9 times 4, which is 36. Okay? Which if you were to add those together, it would be the same as 9 times 12. So with that, we go and we take 24 divided by 9, okay, which as we go through, and we have 24 over 9. This gives us 60. And then 9 times 6 is 54, which we have 2.6 repeating. So within there you take 2.6 and times it by 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 7. Cancel out. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. And you get 312. Now I want you to try D, E, and F. D, E, and F. Okay, if we look, consider a family of 4 that goes to a soccer game. Tickets are $5 each. The mom also buys a soft drink for $2. How would you write that expression? Okay, we need to underline the important information. We have a family of 4 that goes to the game. Tickets are $5 a piece. And then the mom buys a soft drink for herself for $2. Okay, so as we write this expression, it would be 5 times 4, $5 per ticket times 4 kids, plus $2. Okay, as we do this, it's 20 plus 2, which equals a total cost of $22. Pretty cheap family outing. Now, the same family goes to the game as before, but each of the family members wants a drink. How would you write this expression? How much will the outing cost now? So we do the same thing over again, but this time all 4 family members want a drink. So we have 5 times 4 plus 2 times 4. Okay. Why is it that I had to put this into parentheses? Take a look, pause the video, and figure that out. If we look, I had to put this in parentheses because if I didn't, I would have 5 times 4 plus 2 times 4. And we want to make sure that we remember to do the multiplication portion first. So that's why we put it within the parentheses. So I have 20 plus 8, and my total cost is $28. Try F. Allie and her 3 friends go to the mall. They decide to stop at a pretzel shop for a snack. Each girl buys a pretzel, cheese sauce, and a Coke. How much did the girls spend altogether? Okay, so within there, you have Allie and her 3 friends. So you have 4 total friends. Each girl buys a pretzel at $4 a piece, a cheese sauce at $1 a piece,